After 7 years of battles, betrayals, and shifting alliances, the French and Indian War is finally winding down. But just as the ink dries on the treaty, a new conflict is already brewing across the Atlantic. War is messy. Love is messier.
Oh, don't look at me like you're the victim here.
I was betrayed. By fate, by fortune, by those ridiculous redcoats of yours. This is what you call negotiations? Robbery is a more accurate description.
Please, you gambled everything. Canada, the Ohio Valley, your little sugar dreams. And now you're shocked I won? That's not betrayal, that's just bad strategy.
You're drunk on those empirical visions of yours. I can't wait to see how long you can keep calling around. He doesn't like being bossed around.
Oh, don't worry about my Colin. He'll come to his senses, eventually, once he realizes who's in charge.
You think this treaty ends things? This is just beginning. I may be signing this paper, but I'm not done with you yet.
Cheers to peace, however long that lasts.
That smug little... Oh, you're back. Let me guess you missed me.
Hey, we need to talk.
And what's that?
It's time you start contributing more. I've been protecting you. Wars, ships, soldiers. It's only fair you start covering the costs.
Wait, are you being serious?
It's called the Stamp Act. Starting now, you'll need to pay a small tax on, well, all printed things. Legal documents, playing cards, newspapers. It's just a little ink.
The Stamp Act, passed in 1765, was the first direct tax placed on the American colonies by Britain. This tax hit everyone, and the colonies were not happy.
You think I'm just gonna stamp my life away? No vote? No say? No nothing?
It's about responsibility. I fought a war for you. I'm drowning in debt.
You fought this war for you! Don't try to act like it was some romantic gesture.
Love has sacrifices, and you're gonna have to make one. Just think of all the protection you have from me. And think about how terrible your life would be without it. Wait, no, don't think about that last part. All you have to know for now is it's just a stamp.
Just a stamp? I have never been so disrespected in my life. You can't just decide things for me. We're in this together.
We are, but I'm the one in charge. Don't forget that.
The colonies launched protests, boycotts, and even formed the Stamp Act Congress. Resistance groups such as the Sons of Liberty and the Daughters of Liberty formed to highlight the idea of no taxation without representation. To the colonies, this wasn't just a tax, it was a breaking point, and what started as financial pressure was becoming full-on emotional warfare.
Maybe you should go.
Maybe I should remind you who pays and allows for this relationship to exist. I pursued you in the first place. Without me, you would be nothing.
Nothing? Don't forget who you're profiting off of. You don't think I can see what's happening? Right now it's just a stamp. But later? Hello?
Sorry if I woke you up. I need someone to talk to.
What did Britain do this time? Stamp Act. He literally showed up with a tax. No combo, no vote, no nothing. Oh my god, he's so toxic. Well, he said I owe him for protection, but like, who even asked?
I mean, I could have told you he was controlling.
He's acting like I'm just some expense in his little empire, but I have rights too. Like, ever heard of representation?
Maybe it's time you think about what life would be like without him.
Wait, are you saying...
If you ever want to talk, I mean, like, alliance to alliance.
You're bad.
As Britain tightened control with more taxes, the colonies were done being idle. In response to the Tea Act of 1773, which provided the British East Company with a monopoly over the colony's tea trade, the colonists in the Sons of Liberty disguised themselves as Native Americans and dumped 3 ships of tea into the Boston Harbor. This was known as the Boston Tea Party, and Britain would not stand for it.
pretty impressed about how I kept my composure. Are you actually serious right now? You destroyed an entire shipment of my tea! My royal blend!
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to just sit here quietly while you taxed me without asking what I wanted? I didn't ask for your tea, I didn't ask for your taxes, and I definitely didn't ask for your army to be camped in my cities.
This is exactly why I keep you under my control. You've become reckless, radical, frankly disrespectful. You humiliated me in front of the whole world over tea. If this is how you want to do things, then fine. The port of Boston is now closed.
You cannot be serious.
I'm not done. I'm putting my soldiers into your buildings. You'll house them, feed them, and salute them. And while I'm at it, I'm giving your little government a timeout.
Maybe Frank wasn't the enemy after all.
You've been talking to Frank?
Maybe I want someone who actually listens to me, who respects me. Look, I didn't want it to get to this point. I've tried for years to make this work with Britain. I sent letters, I compromised, but every time I ask to be heard, he just raises his voice. Every time I ask for space, he sends troops. I say I can't breathe, and he tightens the grip. I didn't throw that tea because I like drama. I threw it because I'm drowning in taxes I never agreed to. Stamps Act, Townsend Act, and now the coercive acts. And he shuts down Boston like it's not one of my own. But a breakup? I don't know if I'm ready. I guess a part of me still believes that Britain can change. Like one day he'll wake up and say, you know what, Colin? You were right. I've been a bad partner. Let's start over. But he won't. And deep down I know that. So maybe it's not about waiting for change anymore. Maybe it's about becoming it.
No one really knows who fired the first shots between the militia of Concord and Lexington and the British. After the implementation of the coercive acts, which were intended to punish the colonies for crimes against the king, the British sought to suppress the chances of a real rebellion by seizing the weapons of colonists. They didn't know the determination of the colonists. With this, shots were fired and real warfare began.
Listen, I just came here to talk.
You didn't come to talk. You came to take my stuff. You showed up uninvited, trying to seize my weapons like I'm some criminal.
You've been stockpiling. You've been preparing. You're not subtle, love. I know you want to break up with me.
Maybe I am. Because I've asked for years for you to listen, and all I've got in return was the Stamp Act, the tea tax, soldiers in my streets. You don't love me, you love control.
You don't get to slam doors and throw tea and then act like I'm the bad guy. I made you who you are. I mean, I protected you from Frank. Remember that? I wouldn't do that unless I loved you.
If you love me so much, then why do you treat me as below you?
So this is it then? You really want to do this?
I don't want to fight, but I'm not running from one either.
You just made the biggest mistake of your life.
Maybe, but it's my life now. You're done controlling me.
After years enduring taxation without representation and overbearing British control, it was time for the colonies to take political action. After losing their freedom, Thomas Paine published his riveting pamphlet Common Sense in 1776, which spread the idea of independence. 5 people appointed by the Continental Congress got together to write. What they produced would be revised and later adopted by the Second Continental Congress on July 4th, 1776. This is the Declaration of Independence.
If he wants a fight, he'll get one. I'm gonna crush this little rebellion and remind him exactly who's in charge here.
Hey Frank, I need to talk to you.
Hey Colin, what's going on?
Things with Britain have been toxic now for a long time, and I've tried to work it out, I've tried to stay loyal, but it's clear that I can't do this anymore. The only issue is he won't let me go peacefully.
Oh, I know. I've been watching from the sidelines. Your relationship's been messy for a long time. You need to break free, but you can't break free alone. You need to have the right alliance. You need to be able to gain your own independence from Britain.
You're right, I know that now. I just need someone to help me.
You know, I'd make a pretty good partner.
You'd actually back me? Even knowing what it would cost?
Let's just say I have my reasons.
After the colonies called on France for help, the conflict escalated into a full-scale war. French troops, ships, and resources bolstered the American fight for independence, turning the tide against Britain. Battles raged from the northern forests to southern plantations, with moments of both brutal loss and hard-won victory. Key wins at Saratoga and Yorktown showcased the colony's growing strength and resolve. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts continued behind the scenes, slowly pushing Britain toward a reluctant acceptance of the inevitable. After years of struggle, sacrifice, and unyielding hope, the moment came to end the war, and finally, to sign a treaty that would change history forever.
After years of fighting, arguing, and losing, it's clear we can't keep this up. You want out of this relationship, even though it hurts me.
Well, it wasn't an easy decision for me either, but I needed to be by myself so I could grow without your shadow over me.
A new chapter for all of us. You fought hard, Colin. Now you can build whatever you want.
The Treaty of Paris will make it official. You can go off on your own now. I grant you that. With these terms.
After 7 years of conflict, sacrifice, and resilience, starting in 1775 with the battles of Lexington and Concord, it all finally came to an end in 1783. Britain formally recognized the independence of the American colonies. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 sealed the breakup. A new nation was born. Though the past was stormy, this peace opened the door to a future shaped by freedom, hope, and the promise of a fresh start. Hopefully, they never have to fight again.